All right, hello and welcome back. My name is Anya Grace, and we are doing a feminine energy activation today, which is really going to be a beautiful way to integrate what has been released this week in the masterclass series. And my intention in this specific activation is to have it be very much embodied. You guys have been receiving a lot of information in your head, and a lot of what I stand for in feminine empowerment is to drop out of the head and into the body, because it's actually when we really bring all of that beautiful awareness into the heart and the body that's where the true magnetic feminine energy and feminine power stems from. It's not from the head, it's from the heart and the body. So we're going to take all of what we've learned and then embody it. And truly today my intention is to help you really experience your power from a cellular and spiritual level. So, welcome. Great to have everyone on here. And looks like more people are hopping on, so I'll just wait a moment. All right. And yes, and one other thing I wanted to say is this is a bonus training that I'm just adding a whole nother part to my feminine energy immersion. So a lot of you who are new to Elevated Woman don't know about some of the trainings and offerings that I have, but one of the main programs that I'm doing is a feminine energy immersion, which is every month you choose to be a part of it, you get a new meditation. There's two live trainings that I do every month, as well as other resources. So this is part of that. I'm actually adding a whole new aspect to that immersion, because my intention is for this to be a place, for the feminine energy immersion to be a place where you get to do this transformation over a course of time. You know, real transformation that goes into the body and actually helps to activate your feminine energy takes time. So we often want that kind of like fast result, but anything that's results oriented is more of a masculine energy mindset. So even though it takes maybe longer, I'm firmly rooted in the work I do with women is the work and the transformations that we do are long lasting. They're forever, they're permanent. And that might take, 3 months to 6 months to a year, but it's then a lifetime of freedom. So I'm not here saying that I'm going to give you this quick trick. Well, I do give quick tricks, but I actually don't think that quick transformation is healthy for the feminine body, because we as women and the feminine really get to drop it in and integrate and then see. So it's a process of receiving the seed and then letting that seed go through this process of gestation and then the birth. So that's a course of time. There's a period of time that it takes for us to birth something into the world. So transformation really does take time. So I'm never here wanting your transformation to be something that's just a quick fix that's going to actually go against what you really desire ultimately. So the feminine energy immersion I've created just to help you along this process to make the transformation long-term and permanent, truly permanent. So that's what this is here for. One of the live trainings I do every month is a live transmission, and that's where we go through more of a teaching. And I'll do some lecturing and just on whatever that month is about. And then the other live training that I do is more of an embodied practice. So that's what today is a live embodied meditation and practice to activate the most powerful frequency, the most powerful energy that the elevated woman archetype embodies. So I'll talk about that just in a moment, but I want to check in with some of these comments. So hello, Deanna. Hello. I'm not sure the full name right there. I can't see the full names. Hi, everyone. Hello from Wisconsin. Beautiful. My name is Alyssa, and I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm new to this, excited to start learning more about how to connect to my feminine energy. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, you guys. Hello, Victoria from London. We are all over the map. Amazing. Hello from another mountain. Awesome. High priestesses. New Brunswick, Canada. I love how you answer questions. Sometimes I was only thinking, oh, you were thinking I do tea leaves or something. No, I don't do tea leaves. I don't know how to do that. Hi, Sharon from DC. Hello from Germany. Awesome. Thanks for everybody's input. I see. Hi. Awesome. Okay, I recognize some people. Beautiful. Paris, San Francisco, Texas, Utah, Detroit, Amsterdam, Washington, D.C., Germany, Arizona. So fun. Can we do like a global retreat? We just all, so fun. All right, so let me just ground for a moment and see where I want to take us first. So there was some, I'll just speak transparently. A lot of the teaching I do is incredibly, oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I can only stay for 5 minutes. Wanted to say how much I enjoy the interviews. Love to see your name pop up, and thank you. Yeah, well, this will be available for replay just for tomorrow. And then if you want it long-term, you can get it in the immersion as well. So I wanted to say, a lot of the teaching I do is I'm very transparent with my work, and especially when you're in this incubator and you're in this community, I don't really hide a lot. You know, I'm more transparent than I am closed off, and it's intentional because I don't stand for a world where my value is based on my perfection or that my professional. I don't believe that. You know, definitely we get to be elevated and integrated and elegant in the way that we show up in the world. But that doesn't mean controlled and restricted and inauthentic. And I think that a lot of what has become credible in this world is actually suppressing the heart of humanity. So I am very intentionally transparent in the way I teach because the feminine, I don't mind sharing my emotions. I don't mind sharing my heart. I don't mind sharing my vulnerabilities. Because I think that, you know, I would rather give you the real deal than show up in a perfected way. That's not my truth. So one of the things that has been coming up this week is I have a lot of new people coming into the community right now because of this masterclass series. And I can feel lots of different people. And some of the, you know, when you cast a net out there, it's kind of like the people that are meant to find you will find you, but then you also kind of get some, you know, not the people that are your people. And so I've definitely gotten some interesting comments this week that I've tried not to let them affect me, but they have. And it's been really, really interesting to watch myself go through the process of being triggered by words and being triggered by people's judgments or misconceptions. And anyway, what's really beautiful is anytime I'm looking at that, like I have this saying, it's not my saying, but something I follow, which is when you're pointing a finger at somebody else, you're really pointing 3 back at yourself. And I think there's so much truth in that. Actually, Clayton and I talked about that in our class together, that when you're pointing a finger at someone else, you're really pointing 3 back at yourself. So I had this tendency this week to want to point the finger at these people that I felt were attacking me and attacking my movement and attacking this message and just not getting it the way that was my truth. And I was having that tendency and that desire to just want to point fingers. And I was like, no, like, how do you get to use this moment to come back to yourself and find alignment for you? Because I believe we're constantly, there's like this path that is our alignment. And when we stay on that path, we'll be taken to our highest, our most elevated, highest potential as humans. Like manifesting my studio, this place is my soulmate studio. And it happened through surrender. It happened through alignment. And lots of this work that I do, it all happened through surrender, it happened through alignment. And so finding surrender and finding alignment is a process. And sometimes you're not always aligned. And sometimes there's this experience of just being a little bit gritty. And I felt this week, my triggers were helping me see where I was out of alignment a little bit. And I wanted to, this whole training today is ultimately getting back to the core of this message, even though the core of my message is like out there. But I really wanted to focus on today just like realigning myself, realigning us, realigning this whole work to really the core. Okay, I'm sorry that negative words have been communicated to you. Just know we create a hedge of love around, a hedge of love around you. You're an amazing blessing. I'm less afraid to be me because of women like you. That makes me want to cry. Sharon, thank you for saying that. Yeah, thank you guys so much. So it is vulnerable. Like I will not hide and say that it's not, it is scary. It is vulnerable to do this work. Like I had, for the first time in starting this whole business and this whole movement, I had somebody join my YouTube channel the other day and just subscribe, and I literally felt panic in my whole body. It was like the first time where I panicked because of the heart that's out there on the internet, and my heart that's out there on the internet, and like the level of vulnerability and authenticity that's out there. And then I like felt into that, and I was like, it's okay. You know, there's something bigger that's carrying this whole thing, and I'm willing to surrender to that guidance. I'm willing to ultimately sacrifice my ego and my life in a way to be led to what is really meant to happen. So anyway, again, this is just me transparently expressing my process of my journey of stepping into my elevated woman archetype and my journey of stepping into alignment and surrender. Anyway, so today what we are working on, what we're activating is truly the most powerful frequency that all of the work I do is getting to. It's the most powerful frequency that we can step into and embody as women that instantly elevates our life. It instantly basically detoxifies people and experiences and situations out of your life. If you embody this energy in sex and in intimacy, this is the energy that just takes it to a whole nother level. This is the energy that when you're embodying this on a date or in relationship to a man, you're activating him. You're truly, through your presence, activating him into his masculine potential. This is the energy that when you embody, and I'll tell you what it is, and many of you know it, and it will feel simple, but it's profound. When we embody this energy, when we are with our kids, with children, with friends, family, and we are remembering the truth that we'll talk about, that's activating, that's healing them. So just when we walk out into the planet and we're connected to this energy, we are activating, we are initiating the world around us. So today we're going to go into a practice and a process to actually awaken this energy. And, you know, many of you you've all felt this energy before. It's not something that you can only find it here, but we're building awareness of it in a very specific way, a very specific stream. So there's a tiny little spider. Hold on. Oh no, it wasn't a spider. It was a little piece of moss. I thought there was a little spider here. And the spider is connected to the divine feminine. It's creativity. So, and 8 legs, infinity. So anyway, creativity, infinity. So this frequency is the frequency of the divine feminine sacredness. It's the sacred energy it's the frequency of embodying your sacredness. The frequency of a woman who embodies her sacredness is the most profound and healing energy on this planet right now. Because the moment that you step into embodying and knowing how sacred you are, all of your power comes back to you. It's not hard to understand your value or your worth in this world because you see it as divine. It is divine. And there's a little quote I like to share sometimes, which is, it's a mantra, really. I am divinity. I am sacred energy. That's what this whole module in the feminine energy immersion is on right now, is this sacred elegance of embodying your sacred energy in such a way where you, just by being in your presence, people see the truth. And so this meditation that we'll just dive into right now, I want it to help you experience your sacred energy. That is my intention. And the reason that we do embodied exercises and embodied practices is to really, once you get it within, you own it. You don't have to learn it. You don't have to, get it from any outside resources. You know that your most powerful choice is to go within and reconnect and remember that truth. So we'll just dive right in, because this is more of a embodied practice day than a lecture day. So I want you to just find a comfortable seated position. I sit up on blankets or pillows just to help my hips elevate, which helps my back get nice and long, the spine to lengthen. And I sit cross-legged. That's how I like to do these. I did my whole feminine activation training sitting on a couch. So it's really, you can do whatever you want. Sometimes it's nice to have something soft to lean back into. But I would say for this one, sit up straight. And this is really a meditation. So I encourage you to create that erect spine, which is really creating the divine masculine container for us to go deep, 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 deep within, into the sacred, sensual, spiritual. S is very much connected to sex. SS is very much connected to the feminine. It's a curve. It's not straight. The spine is straight. It's the masculine. It's that integrity and that pillar. Remember, we talked about that in the first video I did with you guys. So it's creating the structure and the stability for this powerful spiritual journey to unfold within. So find that comfortable seated position, and we will just dive into this. It will be similar to we'll start first with the Elevated Woman signature meditation. So if you don't remember Nadi Shodhana, take your right hand up and draw your pointer finger and middle finger down. And then bring your right thumb to cover your right nostril. Close your eyes and inhale through your left nostril. And if this is uncomfortable to you, I highly encourage that you just stick it out and just practice today and just try it out and see how it feels. So covering the right nostril, inhale through the left. At the top, cover your left nostril with your ring finger and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Cover the right nostril and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover the left and exhale through the right. And inhale through the right. Cover the right and exhale through the left. Continue this pattern on your own, inhaling. At the top of each of your breaths, that's when you switch the nostrils. And if you lose this patterning, don't worry. You can go back and rewatch this. And I do this often, so you'll learn this eventually. But this is the practice that I do almost every single day. It's the most balancing and quick way that I have to come back to my center and come back to my sacred energy. So I start with it with you guys as well. So I'll be here for another minute or two, and I'm just going to lead you deeper into this, but continue the pattern with your breath. And as you inhale, And as you exhale, going at whatever pace and rate and pattern is natural to your body, begin to soften your breath. So begin to feel that with every stream of inhale and exhale, you are exchanging this soft, gentle, spiritual light with the universe around you. That this spiritual energy from the space around you enters into the spiritual energy of the universe within you. And it is ultimately all one, you and the space around you. Simply feel your inhale and exhale, and even if you'd like, imagine that there's a light, the most gentle and soft, nurturing light. And as it comes into your body, as you inhale, this breath moves down through your throat, into your lungs, into the center channel of your body, and radiates its light and the softness, gentle nurturance throughout every cell of your system. Feel yourself relax deeply. Slowing down your breath now. Notice the silence perhaps around you, or if there is noise around you, just notice that noise in the distance, separating yourself from it, and just simply witnessing that noise. For the next few rounds of this breath, let it become so soft and gentle that if there was a feather beneath your nose, the feather would not move under the breeze of your breath. The next time you exhale out of your left nostril, gently let that be your final round and simply bring your hand down to your knee. Breathe naturally and normally, eyes closed. If you feel called to place one of your hands over your heart, to touch into the sacred center of your heart, just feel with your soft fingertips the sensation of the fabric of your shirt, the warmth, moistness of your skin, and even gently caressing down through the center of your chest, from throat to heart to breasts. And as you just do this movement a few times with your fingertips, so slowly, noticing the moment where your fingertips lift up off your chest and touch your fingertips back onto your throat center. Just check in with this area, your throat and your heart, these important centers for the feminine. How are you doing here? What's going on? Notice any emotions arise. Take a deep breath in and out. And just simply bring all of your awareness back to the sensation of the touch of your skin, your fingertips on your chest or your shirt. Knowing that you are okay, you are safe, and you're in a beautiful space. You're in the perfect space for whatever has been under the surface, whatever has been unhealed or not looked at, that is available. And it doesn't have to be a scary big process. That your healing at this time on the earth is truly something that can be instantaneous. It can come from choice. It can come from softness and compassion and trust and surrender. Your healing can come from fully stepping into your great and powerful feminine energy. Now take a moment, wherever your fingertips desire to land, just be in stillness, pressing your fingertips very softly, somewhere on your chest. And notice anything that creates in your physical body, that sensation of going from movement to stillness. Noticing how as your physical body becomes physically still and silent in a way, the inner universe within you that is as infinite, as expansive as the universe around you gets activated. I want you to allow your awareness to dive deep into your imagination, simply diving into just one of your cells. So I want you to imagine a circle of light. The circle is of light, and inside of that circle is darkness. And this represents one of your cells. Take a deep breath in. And as you move into the very center of that dark circle, and you let this light around you simply work on you, I want you to bathe in the darkness here, in this emptiness and void, which is ultimately connected to this cosmic womb. And it's the goddess, this creative potential that is pure and infinite energy. And just rest here for a moment, being with your breath in silence and stillness. I want you to soften your physical body, relax your shoulders, lean back slightly 1/4 of an inch. Relax your forehead and your eyebrows, your cheeks and your jaw, your temples. And perhaps look into your third eye center, drawing your inner gaze to meet up at that point, activating the pineal gland, activating this great intuition within. Pituitary gland. Notice how you feel right now. Take a deep breath in and out. Place your whole palm over your heart. Maybe both hands over your heart, making a little cross, a little X. And this X represents the divine masculine and feminine coming together, the downward facing triangle and the upward facing triangle. The downward facing triangle is the divine feminine, which represents everything in this physical manifest world, everything that we see around us that you can feel and touch. All of it is the goddess, the substance, the elements coming together, creating together. All of it is her creation, everything in this physical world. And your awareness of this physical world, the witness, the energy that watches all of it in awe, that is the divine masculine within you. So as you feel into your heart space right now, noticing what's going on in your body, allowing any emotions to arise, knowing that they're perfect and okay, this is all part of the healing process. Notice the subtle activation within you of energy. Melt your hands deeper and deeper and deeper into the center of your heart space, cradling and holding tenderly your soul space, the unique and beautiful divine imprint that you are, surrounded by sacred energy, pulsating and manifesting your physical reality, your physical body. Take a deep breath in and out. And becoming aware just for a few more moments. We'll be here for just like 2 or 3 more minutes in this meditation, unless it guides us somewhere else, but just being with it for a little longer. As you become aware of your body and of your feelings, your awareness is this divine masculine presence that is here holding your whole experience of life. Your witness within is not here to judge or criticize or control your experience of life. It's simply here in awe of the continuously unfolding experience that you are, this goddess within you. We're going to sit in silence for about 1 minute. And I simply want you to focus on the sensation of energy that is pulsating within you. And feel into the sacredness, preciousness, and the tenderness of this energy. That it is pure. It's the purest of energies. It's simply divine. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, relax into your stillness. Relax into the deep movement of your spirit, your soul within, Just rest there in that silence and darkness and stillness for 1 minute. Take a deep breath in. Perhaps out, exhaling out of your mouth, maybe taking one more round of breath like that. Really relax your body, relax your hands and your palms. Allowing your hands to be as soft as you possibly can let them be, the cells of your hands just becoming receptive and open. And perhaps even setting the intention, just feel light and feel love moving into your palms. Or to feel the love and the light that can emanate from your palms. I like to say that this universe that we exist in, this universe, this one verse, is really one sound. It's one frequency. It's uni, it's one energy. And at the deepest core of this universe, this one verse, this one frequency, we are ultimately vibrating and humming the frequency of love. So in this moment, feeling love in your body, feeling the energy simply in your body, feeling the sacredness of your awareness of this body and the sacredness of your body. And taking your hands to your heart and just pressing into your heart tenderly, having compassion for any time that your awareness, your divine masculine awareness, did not see you clearly for the sacred body that you are, for the sacred energy that you are, for the divine feminine force that you are. Having compassion for that part of you that couldn't see clearly. Perhaps let in experiences and people, perhaps even into your physical body, that did not honor you for the truth of who you are. Noticing any heat that arises as you feel into this. That is energy of the past, letting it go, clearing it out, noticing any emotions that come up. Knowing that all that matters is right now, in this time, in this moment, as you connect to your sacred truth. And we all have a slightly different expression of truth. That's the beauty of truth. It's differentiated and it's complex and it's humanity itself. It's life itself. It's so many different polarities and opposites together. So as you tap into your own alignment, your singular truth, your individual understanding of what divinity and what truth is for you, what sacred energy is for you, simply allow yourself to fully embrace that you are that. And that your ability to honor this self-honor. Your ability to adore this within is what determines how you are seen. And the energy of adoration, respect, and honor that comes to you in your life is fully determined on the level in which you embody and understand this sacred energy that is you. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, uniting the masculine and feminine, uniting the mind and the heart. Allowing any reconciliation, any forgiveness within yourself to take place. Any forgiveness of the mind, the judgments, your thoughts toward your body, toward your beauty, toward your existence. Having compassion and then choosing honor. Choosing the truth, sacred energy that you are. Take a deep breath in. And bow your chin to your chest. Bring your fingertips, pointer fingers to your forehead. And just press your forehead into your fingertips, resting it there for a moment. And then bring your hands back to your heart and elevating back, awakening, opening, and receiving the light. As we come back into this world of the goddess around us, the world of manifest form. And, when we do this at the end, it's really this process of honoring the heart. It's really honoring the goddess, and man in his highest power, the masculine in its most elevated and expanded truth, knows that when we honor the feminine, when he honors the goddess within her, everything expands, everything gets bigger and better and more beautiful. And it's just his divine nature to do so. So as you do this within yourself and you humbly bow head to heart, it's bringing the mind, the masculine center, into alignment with the heart center, bringing them onto the same field, king and the queen next to each other, working together, not hurting each other. The thoughts and the frequencies of thought that get implanted into the heart and into the body, that these frequencies of thought are of love and empowerment and elevation, not of suppression or control or abuse. So we really honor the sacred mind and the sacred heart. Whew. So there's 51 people here. There were 52 to start, so we only lost one, which is amazing to me that so many women were, maybe a man or two, or I have a feeling that there might be a male here actually, that the souls that are present, and I don't know how that experience was for you. I'd love to hear maybe anything that opened for you, anything that landed for you. If you have any questions specifically that are like, oh, I couldn't quite, feel free to email me. I like to, in this space, since you're here to receive, ask me questions that are kind of appropriate for the space, and any questions that are more like really one-on-one, you can email me. But I'd love to hear your experience with that and how you feel right now. If you can just put one word of how you feel, that can help to anchor it, or even 5 words. Just put 5 words of how you feel. And those words will be really interesting to notice, because oftentimes the words that come out of a meditation or an activation like that are deeply connected to your signature feminine essence, which is a process that I work with people on connecting to. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. the experience felt intense and relaxing at the same time. That is the feminine. Those words together are the feminine. So intense and relaxing. Think of a man, near a woman. A woman embodying her true feminine energy is like, it's intense. Shakti is intense. It's vibrating off of her. I don't know if you've watched the masterclass I did that was released yesterday with Alison Armstrong, but we talk about this. Like, just a touch is incredible and powerful. So intense and relaxing is something that we bring to this world, that we bring to men. So own that. That is something that you bring in your presence. Very beautiful. Feeling light, relaxed, empowered, compassionate, and forgiving. Liberated, cleansed, softened. I started crying. Beautiful, Victoria. Source today and for the whole series. I feel warmth, radiance, connection, love, immersion. Ooh. I just got the chills with the immersion. Whoa. It was like a wave. Grounded, sacred, safe, free, expansive, aligned, connected, cherished, relaxed, nourished. An intense wave of energy through my body. Beautiful. I have to go, but thank you. Beautiful meditation. Glad I got to be part of it. Awesome. Thank you, Kat. Relaxed, present, but wasn't sure quite how to connect or what I was supposed to be feeling. That's totally fine. You can be in the uncertainty, and being in the uncertainty is being in the feminine. Being in the uncertainty and being in trust simultaneously. Uncertainty and trust is beautiful empowerment in a woman. When you're on a date and you're fully surrendered, you may not know what he has planned yet, but you trust him. And in trusting him and also allowing yourself to be okay in uncertainty, he steps into his full power of leadership and guidance and protection of your vulnerability. Because if you're constantly in your life wanting to be in control and always understanding every single thing, then you're never experiencing the power of actual uncertainty, which is truly our human experience. None of us really know what's going on, right? Like, we're all kind of just like living life and never knowing what's really going to happen from one moment to the next. So we're always in a moment of uncertainty. Love you guys. Thank you for adding this beautiful, beautiful content at the end. And I'll continue to read, but I wanted to just touch on one thing before we end out. And before we end, which is close out. Hold on one moment. Which is, I still don't have like real glasses yet in this space because I'm still moving in. One thing that I want to say on attracting like love specifically is the more discovering your signature feminine essence is like a perfume. And my friend who was just visiting told me the other day that when bees pollinate a flower, the flower actually loses its scent. And I have then, of course, took this into like so many metaphors around the divine feminine. And what's really happening is like the flower is releasing a signature essence and essentially like opening its body, opening its yoni to be penetrated, to be fertilized by this bee. And the moment that it happens, that penetration, that union happens, the flower then loses its scent, its purpose. That aspect of being that divine, feminine, open body for a moment, like that purpose was fulfilled, and now it has a new purpose, which is to germinate, or to go through that process of incubation, to be in that process of incubation before the release, before the birthing. And so if you're single right now, or not even, in your life, it doesn't matter. This touches into relationship, but it also just touches into like life and purpose and alignment. Getting to know who you are at this deep, soulful, devotional level of, essentially getting to know your own signature feminine essence is like amplifying the potency of your scent, of your signature scent, as this beautiful divine feminine flower that is here to receive the penetration of a specific pollinator. Maybe a few specific pollinators, but, or, you know, but really it's, if you think about it, if you're out of alignment, or if you're not fully owning the aligned, purposeful, intended expression of who you are on this planet, your scent is off a little bit. So you're going to be attracting pollinators and bees, but they might not be that bee, they might not be that pollinator that's really there to like fulfill your purpose. And it's kind of like your it's not dilute, I want to be really sensitive. It's like not anything about purity or lack of purity, but it's like, you know, what pollinator, what energy that's going to penetrate you is actually going to be an energetic match. And if the more that you get to know yourself fully, and you become such a strong and expansive embodiment of that signature feminine essence of you as this beautiful goddess, the more that this this union, the more aligned it can be. So if you're desiring to attract love, embrace the fact that it's not here and dive deep, deep in to see how expansive you can get in your own divine signature feminine essence. Get to know, if you were a goddess, what would she look like? Maybe I'll do that in the next, I'll do that meditation next month for the immersion. We'll dive into discovering your own goddess archetype. But you can do it a little bit on your own too, where we really, feeling a lot. So the more that you amplify her, the more powerful ultimately she really can become, and the more powerful you can attract. Not just your divine partner who's meant to impregnate you in not necessarily a literal way, but like in other ways, the more powerful you can attract him. So I don't know if that's making sense. I logged in late, but I could be, I aligned and centered immediately after you mentioned the universe. Love that. See, there's a frequency in the word. It's beautiful. Okay. So going back to this really quick. Is that making sense, my little bee metaphor, you guys? And we'll close out right at the hour of 1 o'clock, so in 6 minutes. We did that. I cried a lot. I envisioned and got a lot of visuals of the darkness in me. Then after I saw a light, and I realized that light had always been there, radiating and fighting for my life, even though it was dim at some points in my life. It's fighting and becoming brighter than ever, which now I think, as I think of it, I think it was my feminine energy coming alive again. So beautiful. And, you know, the light bursts out of the darkness ultimately. So the dark is so powerful. And I think of the times in my life that were the most dark. And I literally cherish them more than anything. Like this cave that I was in the process of downloading, like, and just receiving and learning about so much of the divine feminine. I would not have been able to birth this if I hadn't gone through that. So those moments are so powerful. Connected, loving, centered, tender, held. I got triggered. I've never experienced positive male energy, and I've never been celebrated or chosen or protected for the feminine that I am. No, you're not doing it wrong at all. You're allowing the trigger to show you like where you get to love through that pain in the wound. And as you love through that pain in the wound, you heal it. So it's perfect. You're meant to get triggered. Your painful, challenging, scary emotions are meant to come up through this process. That's why I talk about like, notice what you're feeling right now, because that's like these layers of the subconscious coming up to the surface. And once the light once they get touched by light, they don't have as much power over you. So, and the fact that you didn't do anything wrong. I think that there's a disharmony with the fact that you've never experienced that. You're not connected to, that's not your truth. Your truth is to experience being celebrated, chosen, and protected. That's why it hurts so bad that it hasn't happened for you, or so if something doesn't feel good, it's not your truth. If it feels good, it is your truth. So that's showing you the uncomfortable feelings that are coming up are showing you. If it's uncomfortable, it's not your truth. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to move on. Thank you for sharing and being vulnerable. Grounded, empowered, love, beauty, and peace. So take note of the words that you wrote down, write them down somewhere, take a picture and make sure that you keep them, put them on your wall for the next month, and just see what happens when you look at these words every day. Just let them work on you, let them penetrate you, let them awaken you, and see what births from that process. Warm, organic, freedom, heart-centered. Ooh, I felt that. I cried and yawned a lot. Good. Integration and grounding. Powerful, peaceful, warm, and light. Yawning is also like working on the nervous system. So the nervous system works on through light and impulse. Every time you mentioned the universe as one, I thought about the other woman doing this meditation this very moment, and it was very powerful. Oh my goodness. There were moments in the feminine activation trainings that I did last year where, yeah, okay. Anyway, there were moments in the feminine activation training where like every single person was seeing the same thing before I said it. It was crazy. It was so cool. So we're really tapping into that collective consciousness layer. Very beautiful to be aware of all other women here as tuning in with your guidance all together. Beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for being here, you guys. So amazing. Absolutely encompassed with love and acceptance, nothing to fix. Woo! Yay! I love this analogy. Wow, with the perfume and a signature feminine essence. This has just blown up my mind and heart in a way I could not ever forget. Please do the goddess training next month. Can't wait. Yes, loved it. The metaphor totally resonates with me. Thank you so much. Bee and flower is so clear, beautiful visual. And the flower is just there. You know, the flower is actually being supported by like it's kind of like the root. The stem is the divine masculine. That singular stem is like connecting it and nourishing it, providing for it. And then the flower can just go through its cycle and then bloom and blossom and express life, and express its beauty, express its color, express its unique nature. Even though, you know, you can look out in nature and look at flowers and they may look super, super similar. There's never one flower that is exactly the same as the other. So that's like us as humans too. So every single flower is created with sacred energy, and we as humans are too. So you are a flower, we are flowers, we are sacred energy, flowers are sacred energy, and they're meant to be upheld. They're meant to, like, life is meant to unfold and expand and be beautiful. That's why we're here. And the universe is meant to witness that. You know, consciousness is meant to witness that. And we as humans are not living in that realm yet, but we are stepping into it in our life. And the more that you just become in awe of your life and you're in awe of your physical body and your friends and your family and your children, and this, you know, the more in awe you become, the more you enhance and empower that divine masculine consciousness on the planet. We are one. And men and women, I believe in past lives, and we were all men at one point. We were all women at one point. Like if you don't have to believe in past lives, but we are one. And so it's not a battle of the sexes at all. It's really not. It's about empowering the polarities and stepping into the power that is possible for our polarities. So, whoa. So strange when I do these meditations, and Joan of Arc always appears for me. That's incredible. Wow. And every time I put on perfume for real, I'm going to think of this. Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Wow. Amazed by these experiences. They all seem so true. I didn't feel as connected. How do you know when you're connected to that energy, or what could I do differently in the next? Okay, so don't worry about doing anything wrong or not, you know. You're good. You're good. Just have compassion and just continue to be open to the journey, and know that the energy's worked on you. You don't have to do anything to have it work. So they work on you. And if you are just open and willing, if you are open and willing and trusting, you're in a state of receptivity, and that's beautiful. So, yes. And one thing that I like to do a lot, like yoga really helps me if I feel off of my center, if I'm not feeling connected to my sacred truth. Doing yoga on my own or going to a yoga class. I don't really do a lot of hot yoga. I teach yoga. I did, 500 hours of yoga teacher training. So I did that for a long time. And now the slower practice balances me. A slower, sensual, like, let me stay in this stretch and breathe into it for a really long time. and like, let me bring my awareness into the deep darkness of every cell. That's powerful for connecting to the sacred energy. All right, so we'll just go for 2 more moments. I saw my older self in this meditation. Beautiful. Seeing you and the background surrounding you've chosen is also really nourishing to me and encouraging me to surround myself with more beauty, gratitude. Yeah, everything in this space is something I love. There's not anything in this space that I don't allow anyone or anything in this space that I don't 100% love. There's a lamp over there that I don't love it. So it gets to go because this space is something that gets to amplify my signature feminine essence. It is me. It's an expression of me, and it's not materialistic. We live in a material world. The material is the substance of the goddess, and it's just the frequency that we bring into our life in which we imprint, like whether it's something that's sacred or whether it's something that's disposable, really. So, okay, I love you. I have learned so much. Love you too. So beautiful. So just a little bit of letting you guys know if you are feeling drawn to join there'll be lots of different opportunities to do deeper work with me. I do 5-day trainings and stuff. You can work with me one-on-one. That's a much deeper investment / time commitment that's super powerful. Because I do alchemy work with people, and we'll go deep into the subconscious and a lot of quantum and theta healing. Honestly, it's really, really, it's instantaneous. It's profound, some of the work that happens in those one-on-one sessions. So that if you're feeling called to just go straight in, but also one thing that I really highly recommend is joining the immersion if you're feeling like expanded by this. If you feel like you could just consume hours and hours and hours of this, then this is for you. If you feel like you're forcing yourself to sit here, then this isn't for you. And I would recommend don't. You don't need to fix yourself. If this isn't something that's awakening and resonating with your soul at such a deep level, like, I don't feel like I want to sit here and tell you to stay any longer. If that makes sense, like, you stay if you want to stay, and you'll get anything and everything you want out of this space in whatever way works for you. But I'm just saying, check in with yourself, check back in with your intentions. Why are you here? Is it for any fixing? We're not here to fix anything. We're here to awaken the truth within every single one of us. So if you feel like you could listen to this stuff for hours on end, then the immersion will be really powerful for you. And it's just like another stepping stone. There'll also be that deeper 8-week training that I do on the difference between submission and surrender. We're doing a disempowerment detox on all of the collective feminine consciousness wounds. So we'll be going into the collective feminine consciousness wound around the physical body and becoming really objectified and materialized. We'll be going into a relationship with food. That's just one of them. We'll be touching on exercise, food, body image, and that portion. We'll also be going into love and the collective feminine wound of like not being chosen, of jealousy, the collective feminine wound of the scarcity of men. That's a collective feminine wound. So there's a lot of deep stuff that we'll be diving into in the next couple months. So also, I'm completely out of town, off the grid. I grew up river guiding, you guys. I grew up on the river up in Idaho and Oregon, and I worked as a river guide for years, and I haven't for a while, but I'm going on a trip with my family and some friends for 7 days really on the river, which is kind of like 8 or 9 days of total off the grid. We'll be up in the mountains in Idaho. So I am feeling like I want to cry that gets to happen because I really need to unplug from technology. But just so you know, feel free to email me. And I have an assistant as well. So she will answer any emails around, like if you want to join the immersion, she'll help you with that if you need help, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Just click the button, enroll, and log in to create an account for Teachable, and then you can purchase the course. And then the immersion, you can just join like this month and test it out, and you can, cancel your account anytime. So it's, yeah. And I don't always open it up. So if you feel called to do it, join now. And then, And then, yeah, so if you have any questions, email me today. I'll be able to answer them today and tomorrow morning, but after that, I will not be able to answer questions. And if you don't hear back from me for the next 10 days, it's because I'm out on the river, and then we'll get back to you later. So love you, and thank you so much, truly. I'm really happy that we did this call today. I feel connected to you guys, and it feels really good. Well, last minute comment. I live in an apartment 7 stories up, and I just saw a butterfly flutter right outside my window. I keep seeing butterflies everywhere I go recently. I'm wondering if there's a sign of anything. You know what? I saw a monarch butterfly the other day, and I've been meaning to look up the symbolism. So I'm going to do that really quick. Yeah, have a well-deserved rest. Thank you so much. Never doubt you are reaching all those who are ready. You are such a gift. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for being here and for choosing me, or for aligning with me. You're not choosing me, but we're connected. There's some sort of contract that's happening. So thank you. Monarch is protecting you, and they will remain to be your spirit guide. Yeah, anybody know what the butterflies transformation? Definitely beautiful. Butterflies. Yeah, transformation, rebirth. Yeah, rebirth and transformation. So that makes sense. Sometimes I like the deeper stuff. Rebirth and new life. Change, transformation, new opportunities. Okay. Might be a sign that you need to change, but not change like fix anything, but maybe change and like letting go of what's not in alignment anymore. All right, it's 108. Perfect, beautiful, sacred number to end on, 108. I love you. Mwah! Thank you for being here. Thank you for being, connected to this movement and what we're doing. And feel free to reach out with any questions. And hopefully I'll see you in the next month's immersion. 2 live trainings, and I'll send you guys meditation. There's already 4 modules of, well, there's the pre-module, and then there's 3 modules of content already in there. So it could be amazing stuff to work with in the next few weeks. And you guys will also be getting